Look up. Every morning, we wake beneath the familiar warmth of a single, colossal star. Our lives, our calendars, our very biology are perfectly synchronized to its rhythm. We are creatures of the single sun. But now, indulge in a thought experiment that transcends imagination. What if Earth woke up tomorrow to find that our sun had a twin? A second, massive stellar body had suddenly entered our cosmic neighborhood, dividing the heavens and casting double shadows across every landscape? This isn't mere science fiction. In the vastness of the cosmos, binary star systems, where two stars orbit each other, are more common than single-star systems. Yet, for us, this twin-sun scenario presents a profound, existential paradox. Would the double heat erase our oceans? Would the dual gravity tear our world apart? And most critically, could life itself survive the resulting, impossible chaos? Tonight, we journey into the chilling reality of a two-sun system. We will unearth the profound shifts in celestial mechanics, dissect the collapse of climate, and confront the unsettling possibility that our comfortable single-star existence is a fragile oasis in a cosmos defined by duality. The answer, we find, is not one single secret, but a complex, contradictory tapestry of hope and cosmic peril. The most immediate and catastrophic threat posed by a second sun is not heat, it is gravity. We exist in a delicate, stable dance with our single star. Our orbit is a nearly perfect, comfortable ellipse, a safe path maintained by a single, dominant gravitational center. Introduce a second star, and this perfect stability shatters instantly. The predictable tug becomes a chaotic push and pull. The orbit of Earth would immediately become highly eccentric, meaning it would become wildly stretched and unpredictable. Our world would be thrown into a terrifying pinball game between the two stars. In one part of our new orbit, we might swing dangerously close to one sun, experiencing searing, planet-melting heat. In another part, we might be flung far out into the frozen, dark depths of space, becoming a frozen wasteland. There is no simple, circular path in a binary system. There are only mathematical possibilities for catastrophe. This initial gravitational chaos would likely be enough to tear the Earth apart, or, at the very least, eject it completely from the habitable zone, rendering the rest of our analysis purely academic. But let us imagine, for the sake of the profound mystery, that by some impossible cosmic luck, Earth found a new, stable, if highly irregular, orbit. The physics of life would still demand a terrifying toll. Even in a hypothetically stable orbit, the constant solar radiation from two stars would instantly destroy our delicate climate. Our current ecosystem is perfectly calibrated to the energy input of one sun. Double the stars, and you double, or more than double, the heat. The immediate consequence would be a runaway greenhouse effect. Our polar ice caps would melt almost instantly, triggering massive global flooding. The increased energy would saturate the atmosphere, leading to a profound, global heat wave. Oceans, the very lifeblood of our planet, would begin to boil and evaporate into the atmosphere. The clouds would no longer be instruments of gentle rain. They would become dense, superheated steam, trapping the heat below in a thick, insulating blanket. The surface of the planet would quickly become uninhabitable, transformed into a scorched, desolate desert. The long days and the double UV radiation would also prove lethal to most plant life, disrupting the fundamental food chain of the entire ecosystem. The very chemical balance that defines the Goldilocks zone would be utterly destroyed by the excess, unyielding energy. Beyond the physical collapse of the climate, the second sun would wage a silent, profound war on our very biology. It would be a war against the night. We, as diurnal creatures, are perfectly synchronized to the 24-hour cycle of light and darkness. Our circadian rhythm, the master clock in our brain, is the conductor of our hormones, our sleep patterns, and our energy levels. The night is the signal for our pineal gland to release melatonin, the hormone of darkness, which initiates sleep and crucial cellular repair. But what if the night never truly came? What if, when the first sun set, the second sun rose, or remained visible in the sky? The constant exposure to light would perpetually suppress melatonin production. Our master clock would lose its reference point. The result would be chronic, systemic biological chaos. Insomnia would become universal. Immune systems would falter. Mental clarity would degrade. The inability to enter deep, restorative sleep would lead to a slow, inevitable breakdown of our physical and mental health. The presence of a second sun would eliminate the concept of true darkness, and in doing so, it would fundamentally break the ancient, biological contract we hold with our single star. Yet, we must remember that nature, in its infinite wisdom, finds a way. Scientists have discovered numerous circumbinary planets, worlds that orbit both stars in a binary system. Could life exist there? The possibility is tantalizing, but it requires a very specific and much rarer set of circumstances. Life on such a world would likely have to evolve extreme adaptations. Organisms would need hyper-efficient methods for dealing with extreme temperature swings and dual light sources. Their biology might be adapted to hibernate during the searing hot orbital periods near one star and emerge during the cooler periods far away. Their plant life might evolve dual photosynthetic pigments to absorb the different wavelengths of light emitted by the two suns. The inhabitants of a two-sun world would not be fragile creatures like us. They would be masters of biological resilience, having conquered the chaos of a dual-star environment. Their consciousness would likely be governed by a complex, dual-phase circadian rhythm, a daily life organized around two suns instead of one. So, we return to our initial question: what if Earth had two suns? The answer, we discover, is that the very stability of our existence is defined by the singularity of our star. The presence of a second sun would, in almost all scenarios, be a catastrophe, a gravitational maelstrom that would destroy our orbit, and a thermal disaster that would shatter our climate and break our biology. The true secret revealed by this thought experiment is not the chaos of the cosmos, but the profound fragility of our home. We live on a rare, beautiful planet, held in a nearly perfect orbit by a single, benevolent star. The rhythmic simplicity of our sunrise and sunset is not a universal given. It is a precious, singular gift. And in understanding the devastating complexity of a two-sun system, we gain a final, quiet gratitude for the single, reliable light that has allowed our civilization and our very consciousness to flourish. The universe, as we've seen, holds secrets far grander than we often imagine. If this journey into the unseen has awakened your curiosity, and if you're ready to explore more of the profound mysteries that surround us, then subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Join our quest to uncover the hidden truths that reshape our understanding of the world. Because the most profound questions often linger in the quiet moments, waiting to be asked and answered.